There he is.
Yo,
Yo.
yo,
There.
what's good, my bro? My bad.
Yo,
Sometimes the internet in my crib be tripping.
yo, look, man, my shit is always tripping. I had to get to the car. I had to have a personal Wi-Fi for the car. So
Yeah,
no, just so we could really chop it up in the real way. You know what I mean? And I could really get this down.
yeah, man.
Um,
Word.
you're one of my favorite people, man. And
Oh
and
man,
I know you. I seen you in the comments on a few independent thinkings, so you kind of know how this format is and what I'm
yeah.
doing. And wanted to I wanted to dwell on, a sport that I love a lot, which is
Hell yeah,
wrestling.
hell
And
yeah.
everybody a super wwrestling fan. You know what I mean? You see me on Wednesdays with my brother Westside Gun anytime we can make
Yeah,
it. You know what I mean? You always come fuck with us when you come out there.
always,
Um,
always.
I have one here to drop some gems, you know what I mean, share some stories and give some insight on what it's like to break into the business, because it's a lot of people, a lot of independent wrestlers follow me and shit, and a lot of people
Yeah,
be wanting those gems and they want to know how it's done, you know what I mean?
I
And
feel you.
they want to know from the pros. You feel me? You're a one-time CZW Tag Team Champion, half of that. One-time Game Changer Tag Team Champion. One-time GFW Tag Team Champion. One-time Hog Tag Team Champion. Three-time Impact Tag Team Champions and a future AEW Champion. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You've had an illustrious fucking career as far as, traveling the independent circuit and actually being in the big leagues. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
AEW, big league to me. And you
yeah,
work
man.
with one of my favorite wrestlers ever, GOAT, fucking Chris Jericho. You feel me?
Word,
So
word.
what's it like working with Y2J?
Oh man, it's just like you, man. Like I grew up watching him, since I was a kid. So it's been a surreal moment, bro. On some real shit. Like you know, I remember watching him with my pops on WCW on Nitro. You know what I mean? I remember following his entire career from when he showed up on Raw to being the first undisputed just his whole career. I read all his books. My partner and I actually we bonded and we pretty much uh, got together as a tag team because of reading Chris Jericho's first book. So it's
Wow.
yeah, man. So like once we heard what was going on and we heard that we were going to be working with him and stuff, it was truly a surreal moment. And just the dude is he's just endless knowledge, bro, endless knowledge. And even if he's not verbally dropping the jewels, he's physically, or you're watching different things and you're seeing how he moves, and you know what I mean. So it's been incredible, bro. It's been fun. It's been a fun time.
It's very fucking entertaining because, I watch every Wednesday and I've been paying
Yeah,
attention from the beginning. So I'm very intrigued to see where it's going to go. And, even right now, like, it's still interesting, even though, the circumstances with this pandemic, like, we
mhm,
can't come to the shows.
mhm.
Show is still entertaining for the palate of a wrestling fan. You feel
Yeah,
me?
man. Yeah, man.
As a wrestling fan, I appreciate that. You feel me?
Word, and shout out to the whole crew, man, because everybody is still working endless hours trying to, give the fans what, the consistency, what we've been doing, you know what I mean, and showing that we still have a love for this, and though the entire world is dealing with this pandemic and every form of entertainment, you know what I mean, but at the end of the day, everybody is still putting their forth effort to show like, yo, we're all in this, you know what I mean? And that's been like the biggest thing. So like they've been working endlessly. So
Right. And that's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? To keep everybody entertained through a time like this, only real talent behind that. Yo, what was it like being the
you
hog?
froze up.
What was it like? Oh, I froze up. You hear me now? Here we go.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was
I
it
got
like
you.
being the hog and the Impact Tag Team Champions at once? Because that was
I mean
different.
yeah. Yeah, it was dope, man. Like House of Glory is one of our home promotions, you know what I mean? It's based here in New York City. And Amazing Red and Brian XL, like they've helped us so much, get to where we're at. And giving us the opportunity to come on their shows when we were really young and show what we got and put on for our city at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because that House of Glory has always been about putting on for the city and the culture. You know what I mean? So just knowing that we're representing not only ourselves as we're representing the city and our culture and shit like that, we're representing this company that's doing the exact same thing. So it was humbling, and it was dope that they, you know, gave us that opportunity to like, yo, carry our flag, carry that banner, you know what I mean? And then the same thing with Impact, you know what I mean? So it was an insane time, because even while we were at Impact and doing all those shows, we were still traveling the world, you know what I mean? We would go one weekend we'll be doing Impact, and then 2 days later we're flying to England and wrestling over there, or we're heading to Germany, or we're heading to Mexico, you know what I mean? So we were still rocking and rolling really hard. So to be able to, because everybody, especially people that are in wrestling, they know when you're a champion, you're the face of the company, whatever company you're a part of. So you're the flag bearer, and the fact that, you know, these two places had that confidence in us to carry that flag around the world, you know what I mean? It was humbling to us, because we're just two kids from New York City that, you know, were raised in the hood and had a dream and the balls to chase it, you know what I mean? Like that was our biggest thing. And just the past 3 years, man, has been insane, like fucking mind-blowing to us. It's been dope getting to do the thing that we've been doing. And like I said, you know, like my whole life I grew up the Bronx, Harlem, and the LES, you know what I mean? So I channel all those places and everything that I do. You know, I represent all those places, and man, just being able to also show that, yeah, though I came from these places and I've had these experiences, that never held me back. I still had a dream, and I still put my forth effort and my everything into trying to make it happen. And look, it got me out of, you know, shitty circumstances, and I get to say I get to support my family with what I love to do, and I get to see places that I never in a million years would have thought of seeing. You know what I mean? Like the first time we went to England, I was looking at Big Ben, and I was like, yo, I remember seeing this shit as a kid in movies and thinking this is just something in a fucking movie. You know what I mean? And the fact that me and my brother were standing in front of Big Ben, and we're like, damn, like we're all the way on the other side of the world doing pro wrestling. It's amazing thing. And being from where we're from, you know what I mean?
Right. Doing something you love makes it so much sweeter.
Yeah, man.
To do what you love. I can relate. Yeah, my
What
shit
was that?
froze.
You froze. Yeah, you froze up a little bit.
Yeah, here we go. I'm like, I could relate. I could relate from the come up, because, you know, me coming from Harlem and touring the world,
Yeah.
and actually seeing all this shit I never seen before, from being where I'm from. You know what I mean? Off rap,
Yeah, man.
I love doing. You know what I mean? It is like, it's a plus with
Yeah,
everything.
man.
All right. So what? House Bound for Glory, right? I remember y'all bought my brother Bodega Bams.
Yeah, man.
Out to Bodega Bams. That's how we really met. I was always a fan of your guys' work, but, you know, I got the opportunity to meet y'all at SOB at a show, and you bought Bams out. Bound for Glory. What? How did that relationship come about, and what was it like? That energy performing in Queens, because that show.
So it's crazy. Bams and I, we linked up through Instagram. I've been fan of Bam's work since the beginning. You know what I mean? So just seeing his come up and what he's been doing independently and putting his everything into, we hit each other up on Instagram, and we were just shooting the shit, and we both represent pretty much the same thing. Our people, our Latino people, you know what I mean? We put on all day for our people. And like that was the thing that we really clicked hard with, and we really like, you know, related to the fact our love for putting on for our people and our culture and our city. And you know, he was like, yo, I'm touring. I think he was touring with you, and
Yep.
yeah, y'all were coming. I think y'all were coming from Chicago, and he was like,
Yep.
yo, I got a show at SOBs, come through, like I got you, da da da. So I was like, oh man, like that's crazy. Like, dude, I'm a fan of the dude, you know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like, yo, this is crazy. So then I was like, I bet. So then you know, a few other people had reached out to me from this camp too, like, you know, Art, which is the dude that does a lot of the designs and stuff like that, and Rome, 1,000 Words, you feel me? So a few of these guys were reaching out and stuff, but I showed up to SOBs one night with my boy, and I got online waiting to buy my ticket, you know what I mean? Like, I was online fucking waiting to buy my ticket and shit with my boy, we chopping it up with everybody, and Bams and Ola show up in a whip and come out right in front of the building, and I see Bams and Ola, and they look at me and they're like, nigga, what you doing? Like, it was just like, yo, I was like, nigga, I'm waiting about my ticket, my nigga. Like, what do you mean? And and it was like, nah, yo, come through. So yeah, man, like we hit it off, and that was the first time I met him in person, and I got to meet, you know, the camp and shit, and I met you that night. And, you know, we chopped it up, bro. Like, I enjoyed the show. We spoke. I got to sit down. We got to chop it up and shit. And, man, like, after that, it was like, yo, we got to do something. We got to, you know, Ola is a huge wrestling fan. You know, Bands is a huge wrestling fan, too. So I was like, yo, we got to try to put something together where we come together on some front, you know what I mean? And, finally, I have found out that Bound for Glory was taking place in New York, and I was like, yo, right away, I automatically thought it was the perfect opportunity to try to make something happen. And I reached out to Bams, and I was like, yo, how would you feel about maybe playing us out, you know, being our entrance music for the night, and you know, what we're doing. And he was like, yo, bro, that'd be, you know, humbling, you know what I mean? That'd be awesome. So then I reached out to, you know, the higher ups at Impact and stuff like that. I spoke with them. I let them know who he was. And, you know, and they were like, yo, we trust you, whatever you want to do. And I was like, say no more. And the whole camp, and we just put it together. And I was like, yo, this is what we're going to do. Just some rowdy, crazy shit. And that energy, man, like, man. Like, I remember we were huddled up on the stage. Band is doing his thing. The song started. We're all huddled up. And when I burst through that huddle, bro, and we came through and we started that walk to the ring, and Bands was following. The whole camp was just following, and the building was fucking shaking, bro. Like, there was no dogs. And not only that, I had my family there. I had, like, it was just all the stars aligned that night, you feel me? And just that energy, and both of us, we both represent our city, Hard Body. And just being able to do that together, and that be like, you know, pretty much the start of our whole partnership with Tan Boys. And, you know, like it was insane, bro. Just that energy, and you already know, like, we got in the ring, and the boards started rocking, and everything was cracked because we're all jumping around. And then I remember when Bams and the whole camp left and shit, I was standing in the ring, and I'm like, yo, damn, all these boards move, so we're about to be in some real shit right now. But thankfully we're all safe, and I'm here to talk about it and laugh about it, man.
Hey, damn, that's hard. Like, you know, I grew up with Bams and O, and we argued a lot about wrestling and different shit, and even fucking wrestled each other as kids growing up. And, you know, it was humbling to see him actually get that look and be able to be part of that and actually do that for real. You feel me? Like, isn't his music is your theme music right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He actually did our theme music, man. And not to cut you off, it's funny that you said that you guys used to wrestle each other. I don't know if you remember. There used to be a backyard wrestling group that used to wrestle behind Manhattan Center.
Oh my, bro!
Bruh.
Tell me you was a part of that.
Me and my partner.
Get the fuck out of here, yo! I'm not even gassing you, bro. The fact that I even know that, you gotta know I was there, bro.
Yeah, you have to be. Anybody from the barrio, nigga, was always there every weekend.
Let me tell you something. Bams used to come with me to battle niggas behind Manhattan Center.
Yeah.
Never went to Manhattan Center. I had a girlfriend at the time. She went to Manhattan Center. So
Crazy.
I was in Manhattan Center more than I was in Brandeis, and I went to Brandeis.
Yeah.
Feel me? But I used to always be in Center because Steve O, my fucking one of my best friends, manager at the time, and he was in Manhattan Center, so I always had business there. But to know that you was a part of that fucking
2KW, yeah, man.
losing my mind right now. That's it right there, because now it's all coming full circle.
And it's crazy because that's where me and Ortiz met. We both met wrestling for 2KW.
Wow!
And
Shout out.
the rest is history, my name.
That is fucking nuts. That just blew my fucking mind. That's fucking wild. Yo, what was it like working with Conan?
Oh man, another dude, man. Like that dude is another a real G dude, and another, just endless information, endless knowledge, bro. And he's one of those dudes, because in wrestling there's a lot of older dudes that don't like to share their knowledge because they don't want to lose their spot, or they don't want to like put the next dude on. Yeah, exactly. Give the rub and stuff. So he's the total opposite of that. You know what I mean? He wants you to grow. He wants you to have this knowledge. He wants you, especially we Latinos and with Puerto Ricans, half Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? And like we just hit it off, and just being under his wing for those years at Impact, and even now we still chop it up and we still talk, and just being under his wing and just knowing that the information that he's passed on to us was the same information that has shared with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and all these people, you know what I mean? Like that whole lineage of dudes that were putting on for Latinos in wrestling. He was just a huge big part of that, you know what I mean? And he saw that we were doing the same thing, and he was like, yo, let's do it. And just like Jericho, every time we were together, is not just verbal knowledge, is watching, observing, and seeing how shit moves. And he was always one dude that would tell us, bro, learn everything. Don't just stick yourself to being a wrestler. Learn backstage, learn cameras, learn everything, because no matter where you go, you want to be essential. You want to be able to, yo, we're going to put you here for the day. I bet I'm going to survive right here for this little bit of time. You know what I mean? You want to be a chameleon. You want to be able to fill in everywhere. And that was his biggest thing. So like, shout out to him, and still, like, he hit me up 2 days ago, and just, we still chop it up, and it's, like I said, humbling. The last few years have been humbling, bro.
Cause it's crazy, bro. Cause you got fucking knowledge from two wrestlers that came from WCW, that was in that era, and that was in AAA too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moves, no cut promos. You know what I mean? Like, but for up and coming wrestlers coming up, do wrestlers take promo classes? Is there such a thing as promo class, or is
100%? I mean, if your wrestling school that you're attending is, like, I feel like every wrestling school should be teaching promos. Like, it doesn't matter where you go. It's a part of the game. It's a part of building your package and what you're going to put out. You know what I mean? And promos is what's going to get the people in the door and the seats. You know what I mean? So if you can't sell to these people trying to get these people into the building, why are we going to invest in you? You feel me? Like, why are we going to? So, but where were we again? My bad. I was like, my mind was
promo
going.
class?
Promo class. Yes. Yeah. everybody should do promos. Everyone. Like me personally, like as as corny as it sounds, look in the mirror, bro. Look in the mirror. Promos. Look, do a freaking a selfie mode on your phone. Call promos, bro. Like that's the thing. Everyone.
You know, that's similar to being an artist too, because for like, I can only speak with my experience. Like, I used to, or still sometimes when I have a big show, we rehearse, you know, and we
100%.
rehearse in front of a mirror. I want to see how I'm moving, so I know how I'm moving, so I know how I look. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing as practicing promos. You know what I mean? Practice makes.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yo, what's it like wrestling with no crowd right now? What is that experience like?
So the last time I was at AEW was I think it was the first no crowd show, and I ain't gonna front. It's weird. It's a weird experience because you got to come out and you got to give your all. You got to put the same way as if there's 15, 20,000 people in that building, and like it's weird and it's awkward at times. But at the end of the day, remember, there's a lot of people watching on the other side of that camera. You know what I mean? And those are the people that you're playing to now. And think about it. Back in the day, the NWA days, when they were doing studio taped wrestling, there wasn't a lot of people in the studio.
Right.
You know what I mean? There wasn't like you're performing for the million people that are watching at home. You feel me? And but yeah, like it has its ups and its downs. You feel me?
That's a very good analogy though, because not even I didn't even think about that. Like, NWA shows had like a studio audience, so it's kind of similar to having staff and shit, because it wasn't that many people in there. So that is still shit. Like, what gem would you give an aspiring wrestler, manager, or even somebody trying to break into business? Like, what's the best way to go about that?
First, like anything, if you're not gonna give your 100% to it, it ain't gonna pop off for you. You know what I mean? It's not gonna. If you're not willing to dedicate your life to your craft and what you want to do, it's not gonna work. Find a very reputable and good wrestling school with good trainers that are going to teach you the path and what you got to do to get to where you need to get to. And I mean, there's just so much. Learn everything. Don't just stay in one area, because that's the downfall of all, like, every wrestler. If you stay in one area and one territory, you're not going to grow. You're going to stay stagnant. You're going to stay performing in front of the same people. You're not going to get better. You have to move around. You have to grow. And then the same thing comes with learning. You have to learn from different people. There's so many successful wrestlers out there. You have to pick everyone's brain. You have to learn, because there's no real right or wrong way to do anything. It's just it's knowing how to do it, as weird as that sounds. You know what I mean? Like,
makes perfect sense.
It's just like, you got to move around. You got to learn from everyone, and consistency is key, bro. Like, with everything. Like, in the beginning, there's nothing glorious about pro wrestling. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie to you. There's nothing glorious about pro wrestling other than the fact that you're doing something that you love to do. You know what I mean? Like, you're wrestling, bro. Like, you're the same thing you would watch as a kid on TV. Like, yo, I'm standing in a ring and I'm facing off with this dude. You know what I mean? But, like, consistency and moving around and just, like, dedicate yourself to everything, bro. Like, there was times where, in the beginning, Ortiz and I weren't making no money. We would be driving to Ohio 9-10 hours for nothing, barely to make trans, and then on the way back, be too tired, not have enough money for a hotel, sleep in a parking lot in our car, my nigga, in a Planet Fitness parking lot, just so we could wake up in the morning, go shower, work out, and keep trekking. You know what I mean? Like, these necessary sacrifices to get to where you need to get to, and like, that's That's key. Like, don't, and even during those times, there was like days where I was like, yo, my nigga, like, I don't know, like, you feel me? Like, I don't know if, but I knew that the success is gonna feel so much better because I knew exactly what I had to go through to get there. You know what I mean? Nothing was handed to us. Nothing. Every opportunity we've gotten, we busted our asses for. You know what I mean? Not one time that we had to go in politics. Not one time that we had to, like, I could say that honestly. Like, we busted our ass to get to where we get to.
I watched it,
And
bro.
yeah, like, we, and we just moved, and we knew that, like I said, Jericho's book was, his first book was our perfect blueprint. He said it every time. He was like, bro, you have to travel the world. You have to get your name up in every market. You have to, if not, then who's gonna hire you to a worldwide business if you're only popular in this little, you know what I mean? So just give your life to your craft, bro. There's dudes, and especially, like, there's so many people that have given their life for pro wrestling. There's so many people that, this is something that a lot of dudes support their families and like, just take it serious, be like, dedicate your life to it, consistency, work hard, and above all, be a good human being. Be a good fucking human being, bro. Like, have common sense, be a good human being, and be humble, but also have confidence. That's what's helped us get to where we're at, honestly.
Independent thinking, for real.
Yeah, man.
I like one or two more questions before I let you
Yeah,
go.
man.
Like, you're a part of, for one, you represent a lost art, which is pro wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like real pro wrestling, like actually, like I watch your guys' matches and the technical is high flying and it's still entertaining. You guys tell a story, and then it's tag team wrestling, another lost art that I feel like should be at the forefront of where everything is at right now, and I feel like it's headed that way towards that way with AEW or what you guys are doing. Is there any tag team that you and Ortiz look up to, or that's one question. It's a two-part question, but I'll let you
answer. One tag team that we could tell you that we look up to a lot is there's a few on some real shit, because there's a lot of people that have helped us a lot get to here, and we look up to those dudes. But, like, as far as wrestling and tag team wrestling and consistency and deliverance and just everything, to us, the number one tag team in the world and a tag team that we look up to is the Briscoe Bros.
Woo! Hold on. Did we ever see LAX versus the Briscoes? Did I miss that?
It happened one time in Germany.
The Briscoe,
yeah,
I fuck with the Briscoe Bros.
Yeah, man. Those dudes, to me, to us, to my partner and I, those dudes were. There hasn't, like, of course, you can go off and name a few, but, like, what's the word I'm looking for? The pace that they have kept consistently since they have started is mind-boggling to me. Because, of course, there's tag teams or there's wrestlers in general that, they busting their ass, they're grinding, they're going hard in the ring, they're doing this. But there comes a certain time when you slow down, you try to look out for your body, you try to, do things differently or whatever. Nah, my nigga. These dudes, bro, like, it gets me hyped because these dudes,
the
nobody's
grind
fucking.
They got is definitely
bro.
It's definitely
bro.
Rocking for a long time.
A long time.
And I feel like it's still a story to be told with them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a tag team you guys are looking forward to facing that you guys want to work with?
There's
Work with yet?
It's crazy. Like we've almost almost I like to say we've almost wrestled every major tag team from the past 10 years, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one that we haven't, and that we've been wanting to, and that we're like, yo, like if we ever get the chance to do it, I hope we could really do it. And I know for a fact it would be insane, and our styles are just insane. Like I could only imagine the chemistry that we would have.
I'm gonna pin the comment before you even say it, because that's what I want to see. But go ahead.
All right. So of course we want to wrestle the Briscoes again, because we were young, and we felt like we could have given more with more time and more. Anyways, but Briscoes, of course, we want to wrestle again. But the second tag team is Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, you fucked me up with that one, because I didn't think you was gonna say the Motor City Machine Guns.
Because that's one of the very last tags. Like, we haven't wrestled them. It's crazy.
Did you guys wrestle the Revival?
No, we haven't. But those are another dudes that we'd love to make.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see. I hope that happens.
Man.
Shout out to Spiff TV in this motherfucker.
Yo, Spiff, what up?
These gems on these guys, you know what I mean? Like I said, you're one of my favorites. Bible?
No, we haven't. But those are another dudes that we'd love to make.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see. I hope that happens.
Man.
Shout out to Spiff TV in this motherfucker.
Yo, Spiff, what up? What up, Spiff?
We done been to a few events together. Yo, Santana, my brother, I appreciate you for coming on this platform and sharing your good energy and dropping these gems on these guys. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're one of my favorites. Future AEW future AEW world champion at some point, I suppose. Shout out to Ortiz. Shout out to the Spanish guy, and shout out back to my man Jack Hacker, and shout out to Y2J. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on Wednesdays.
Word. And my brother, like I likewise, I appreciate you having me on and sharing your time and like just a huge love and shout out to you and your camp and everybody holding it down. And just at the end of the day, we're all here showing that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through, my nigga. When you love something, you give your all. And you got the balls to chase your dream. Nothing's impossible, bro. So thank you for doing that and representing our culture, our people, and professional wrestling, bro. Always putting on, bro.
No, that's never gonna stop, man. That's never gonna stop. That's never gonna stop, bro. Fucking man, y'all my favorite show on Wednesdays, man.
Bro.
And I'll be tuned in this Wednesday to see what y'all guys got for me.
All right.
My brother, thanks for stopping by.
My brother, thank you, bro. Love.
Love. Got my dog Santana on this joint. Hold on, I'm gonna save this thing real fast, just in case my tech guys is not working. I know we working overtime, y'all, but I hope y'all screen recorded and did what y'all supposed to do, because I'm gonna be livid in the text threads. Saving, I'll be back with Enzo Amari in about 10 minutes. Let me roll up and get my shit together. Really.